Alright, so hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We'll continue along with this illustration. I've actually found some time to throw down a whole bunch of flat colors, so I did go through as much as I was able to find and fill in all the little gaps that the paint bucket didn't fill, so hopefully when there's just the lines being a little weird. Once we actually get to the coloring part, it shouldn't be the biggest problem in the world with a bunch of weird gaps at the corners of the colors. I'm pretty sure I filled most of it in. It's indeed a funny green screen. Generally it works better than having a grey at the back when it comes to finding little gaps in the colour that are just left over from whatever I didn't cleanly deal with the lines. You can kind of see, you zoom in a lot, that the lines aren't always the cleanest thing in the world. I went through a bright green and I also went through a bright pink, so I think, at least for the most part, the should be good on the gaps. Alright, so what details do you know about her eyes? Her pupils. Well, yeah, the pupil is red. The iris is the whole eye. Okay, so do I actually want to shrink the eye down a little bit? Problem with doing all the flats is it gets a little bit more annoying to clean out some lines if I don't like how it feels after a while. There's definitely be parts where I might not be as thrilled about how the lines are sitting. I think with the way I've done this, do I need to direct this a bit lower? Let's go by white. Okay, let me go like that, go like that. Because her eye white should go... Don't know if I should actually just cut a part of this eye off so that she's looking one way a little bit more. Or I should just direct this down a bit more. That's the other choice. Just move my microphone a little bit. Those are like the little things to deal with the exact shape. You know, you could really kind of tell how often I work with live 2D things because of the way I handle my lines. Hello there. Working on Arona and Plana from Blue Archive. The chat on screen is completely covering the image right now, but we're currently working with this. There's some flat colors and are currently in coloring process. Also Christmas, because it's December. But regardless, I think I am going to bring the eye in. Well, at least bring the way. Bring down, not the G pin, could be the F pin. So this is more in line with her actual eye shape. This needs to act more like a boundary line than anything else. Okay, we'll just cut that bit off. We'll just... Okay, just turn that off for a moment. Grab this and... How effectively can I want this? Can I just go blop like that? Nearly. And we'll just get rid of that outline. I probably shouldn't do something that can. Okay, so eye looks like that, and then the eye white needs to go. Jeez, go into there, and not into here. Okay, so shape of eye. Just chop this down a little bit to be more aligned with her eye. Is this still the skin color? Her skin color is way too light. It's literally the same color, which makes this a little annoying to work with. It's like, as much as everyone loves the very light skin anime style, sometimes it's just not helpful. That's the eye white poking through, isn't it? Okay, we'll just do her eye first up. All my flats are one color, so we'll see if it causes any problems, because it might. Okay, we want to just within the eye here. Let's say that the way eye works and all the color already, and I think we're just gonna go dark shade into here over the top base with just a brush into here. And you can kind of really see it because I just pulled the color. I mean, I pulled the colors off the images I pulled for Arona and Plana. I mean, I think Plana pretty much only exposed at the top, so I pulled this color from her face. But I think I pulled the color off Arona off her leg. And if you actually look at right about here, you can actually, it's a little far apart, so it's not immediate contrast that's visible, but you can visibly see like there's a difference in color here. And what the heck did I do to the arm here? Oh, the color's leaking over. That's fine. I can fix that later. Select that. What do I want to do with her eye? How do I want to do the lighter part? Let's go into the lighter section of her eye. Let us go add. And do I want to just G-pin this straight in? I could just go what? And then we'll go maybe a bit like go like that, and then I'm going to just very lightly brush over the tip of it on the top. Really decide how I feel about that. No, it's okay. Then we'll go into a pupil. We're just going to take this darker part of her eye. We're going to go with... Do I just... we'll want to... Actually, don't want to... We want her eye to be... I want it to be like slightly looking to the side. If I do it, I probably should shift how I'm doing some of the colors here as well. That should be fine, honestly. Just off center just a little bit into the red portion here. Let's give me that. Then we want to go into a lash shadow where we want to take a bluish gray. We're going to... Can I color burn this? No, I can't. I need to go over the top of white. We're going to add the eye white. We're going to brush on a shadow over her eye formed by the... Ooh. I like how I haven't quite nailed the shape of the eye white. You can clearly see for the selection here, but it doesn't matter because it's pretty much the same color as the skin. You can't see the cutoff anyway. Oh dear. I want to add like a little bit more light to her eye than it's actually effectively officially there. Let's go refraction. We shall do a glow here. Did I just brush this straight on? Let's go. Just a follow there, by the way. Okay, I don't know about doing this vertically. Let's go. Let's do a more normal. Go. The fact is, she doesn't really have that many lights in her eyes in any way. It looks a little bit weird if I add anything just by default. How about if I just pin it in and make it a solid color? It looks really weird if I make it a solid color though. Unless I go... Okay, well anyways, we're going to put a layer on top. We're going to go highlight. Normally the highlight is down there, but we're going to say that the light is coming in from... Do we say from top left down this way so that it is against Arona's face rather than... Or going the other way, then the light will be directly hitting Arona in the face. Okay, let's go right down. So we're gonna go highlight. Let's see. We want to do bottom. Hmm. Yeah, I don't like how that looks. Slight issue when her eye really doesn't contrast aggressively into her skin, or just like the eye white. Let's go. How about we go? Yeah, I'm just gonna make her eyes look rounder. Or at least try. Actually, let me do it this way. Let's do it the lazy way. We'll go like this. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go like that, and then we're gonna go. Then we'll turn that down. Just like, oh, how do I feel about that? I feel like I've made her eye too oval, but it's kind of a not exactly an easy thing to change at this point. I wanted the eye to be large, but it's very, well, it's more circular than it is a oval shape, which might be why it's throwing me off a little. Let's add a little bit more onto here. You know what, maybe this will just be fine once I color everything around it and it's just not the eye on its own. Okay, let us go. And make sure all of this is selected as well, these little tips. Let's make sure not having any random problems with this part. Okay, let's go. And what do we want to do with her lashes? Let's see. Let's take this color. Let's see what I can do to it. If I take a water brush and just go over the top of it. Okay, how about I take a much brighter color based on this and go over the top of it a little bit. And then we overlay. Oh, that ain't it. I'm gonna take this color. I'm going to go over the top of this. How about I do it with airbrush? That makes her lash significantly brighter. What apply? Want to. Let's say screen. I'm gonna brush this over the edges of the lash here. I want to actually use a brighter color than that, but let's drop it a little bit here and just have it on the tip mostly. Turn that down a bit. That should be fine. Okay, now then, do I want to try and color her hair with just standard darkened shades, or do I try and sleek it out with a bit of blue and make it not quite as... Actually, how much can I lighten this and still have it be visible? How lightly colored everything is around here. Let us just grab the front chunk of hair here. Let me just try some things here. Let's say Grand Silva. The funnest thing I did today was when I was wiping mold off the ceiling, I managed to nearly pull my whole curtain down. That was probably the most exciting thing that's happened to me today, at least, in terms of different things that happen on a day-to-day basis. What can I do with this? I mean, with how humid it gets here, it's not really much saving it half the time. There are definitely times it feels like I'm just fighting a losing battle with the mold. How about I glow this? Can I see if I glow? That ain't it. I mean, that makes the hair look incredibly sleek, but... Can I like attach it to like just parts of the hair to make it look like the light's really reflecting off it? Well, I pretty much have to do it in a way where it's like a highlight. Actually, let me just see if I can do something to this. Hold up. So I don't know how visible it actually is, but there is actually a light crown going around Plana's head as a highlight. I'm just gonna see if I can make it more obvious. Yeah, if I darken this, you can kind of see like there's a little bit of contrast here. Because someone thought that you needed to have a highlight that is white in color on someone who has almost white colored hair. Can I like make it more obvious? No? Yeah. Can kind of do something of the same effect, but I feel like if I'm doing it like this, it's going like way too aggressive. So I could do bits here where it's like cut that up. Because it's glowing, it's like really wide, like unnecessarily wide. How about I just go pin, do like a big line and just go across like that. Then that would be kind of similar to what the highlight's doing. Then we want to go, let's cut it off in a few places, namely here, here. Probably want to cut at least like a little bit here, and want to cut it at least a little bit, cut it a little bit more here. Then we want to turn these into proper strands. So let's say that based on how her hair is going, dig into here a little bit. Dig into. Let's give myself a bit of control here. You know, I'm just going to do the more reflective style that I've done in the official art. See if I can figure that out. Basically for that, what I want to do is aggressively blend. Oh, that is a lot more aggressive than I thought that was going to be. How about I smudge it with a fingertip? Does that work better? No? Oh, is it having problems again? I don't think it's on my end, and I haven't been told that I've dropped any frames. Can I just do this with a water brush then? Okay, how about I do this with an airbrush? That might work better. Still need to have it come down more at certain parts though. I'll go like that. Chop. Make sure this is still chopped off, but just curve this in. Okay, that looks absolutely insane. I'm just going to do it the way I usually do it. Just don't know how effective it's going to be if I do it like that. Make this a bit more jagged. Point this into there. We want to go, let's say, dig a hole into here. Stick this out here maybe. Wrap this in. Whoop. Okay, how insane does that look right now for that part? It looks relatively insane. Ugh. I mean, I could just do the one clean stroke across the top, honestly, it's fine. Like, that looks incredibly insane. Should probably break it up a bit more, that's probably one thing. It's just... But I actually try to do the darker parts first. Might be better if I just try and do the darker parts first. Let me just turn the fan so it's facing me instead. Oh, wait, it's getting stuffy. Okay, we'll just do one giant stretch across like so. As the crown going across the... I should probably do this part as well. Hello there, how you doing? We'll just break it up a bit along the whole thing, and we'll just break it up in some larger pieces. And then we'll see how I feel about it after that. Let's break that up. Do I want to drop most of that? Anyways, welcome to the stream. Currently working for how to put a highlights over the top of already nearly white hair and deciding if it looks okay or not, or whether I should just not bother. Anyway, feel free to step back and relax as I selected this part I have. Okay. You know what, I'm just gonna do the darker part of here and then decide how insane it looks. Alright, let's go with... Well, her skin is definitely paler because her hair is technically a very light shade of grey, while her skin is almost no shade of red, which is this color that your skin is supposed to be. Hmm? Do I need... was it not color burn? On the way, because I'm working on top of it. If I need to work on top of gray, I can't really use color burn. I have to use a multiplied instead. We'll take... Actually, we'll take the... Where's her pink from here? We're going to take a very darkish gray from this general spectrum. I want to make that look thicker. Not really. But I want that to be lighter a little bit. Do I do the shadow directly with this? I shouldn't. I should do the shadow separately. You know, this is more like a dark shade, it's not. This is, yeah, this is like... more for the very dark part of the hair, which is affected by shadows. No, I'm literally just doing the shadows right now. Let's just change the name of this. Hair shadow. Okay, since we're doing the shadows, let's go ahead and let's go like that over the top here. Should really deselect that as I'm working on this, but oh dear. How much of a shadow should the hat present at this angle? It should not really present any shadow, because we're looking at the underside of the hat's thick portion of the fluff. Sure. Then we want a shadow along here. We want a shadow inside of these parts where we want... I'll do the shadow for a face separately. So I want this to flop a little bit over the remainder of that. Will her braid cast a shadow onto the hair at the back? Yes. Does her braid have enough thickness to cast a shadow on its own with the roundness of it? Somewhat. Will this part also cast a shadow right here? A little bit right there. Then a little bit of the Oh. A little bit of shadow right into here. Dig into that. Shadow cast underneath here, and the shadow of the shape here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to go ahead and cast a shadow of that bit floating off like so. Let's see. How layered do I want the hair to be here? Let us cast a shadow along here. And cast a little bit of a shadow along here. I think for the rest of that I don't really want to miss a bit too much. Then overall, I don't want this to stand out that aggressively, so let's turn that down more. Okay, then we want to do a separate strand layer, I think. Okay, let's see, what shall we do here? Okay, so I probably want a color like this, but significantly lighter. That comes out way too... Alright, let's take a blue instead and go like that. Feels okay. How does that look from far away? Turn that down a bit more. His job is to mostly exist, but not be... Just gives the hair a little bit of a layer job without standing out too much. There's also the choice of not doing it at the end of the hair and do it like just under the highlight instead. That might actually be a better choice. Actually, I think that's a better choice. Yeah, let's do this underneath the highlight instead. What's the best way to do that then? We just brush it in and then jag it out. Although, let's just turn this back up so I can work on it. It's pretty much just draw a bunch of random jagged shapes and see how it feels after I fill it. Should I just flatten this part out here and flatten this part out here? Let's just do that. Let me just test these two parts and see how it feels once I'm done with it. Probably should have just kept the stuff I just did in a different layer, but... Okay, let's just see what insanity this creates. Hmm. I feel like I still need to smudge the edges of this just to make it look a little bit nicer. I'm not a particularly big fan of stuff like this whenever the edges are so defined. So I smudged the edges a bit then. Not all that, but with this. Definitely gives a different feel for the shape. Then what I could do is break it up a bit similar to the highlight. So let's say that, say we break it up here, we break it up here. I'm just gonna change the shape of this a little bit more. Let's break this up here. Let's break it up a little bit here. Going this way, we're just going to dig into here a little bit. I guess that doesn't look too insane right now. Let's add a couple of extra dents into the top. Let's actually just break it up here as well. And we'll change the shape of that a little bit. So it's more aligned with the way her hair spacing. Just stands out so much in a way. I mean, you want to know how light her hair is. We're currently looking like this is 10% opacity, so this is like only 10% of the solid color, and I feel like I need to go down to something like. Because if you zoom out, then it gets pretty intense, even at about 4%, but at 2-ish%, then it actually kind of looks like a little bit of layering is occurring there. Probably need to turn down the hair glow as well a little bit. But this is a glow layer. It's really. Let me just see if I can make this an add layer. So it's not quite as sensitive. Maybe I should go with a lighter color for a hair to begin with. Then I might be able to turn this up a little bit more. So let me do this and put this on top of this. That might help. Yeah, put the highlight on top of the darker part, and that helps a bit. Okay, we can live with that. Alright, I'm just going to turn this up so that I can actually see it as I work on it. What do we want to do here? I want to go... roughly the crown of light is going across like this, so we'll just pop that and pop that in. We're gonna cut you off right down here as well. We're gonna cut you off here. We're going to cut you off a lot here. Actually, I'm gonna like just completely erase from here. We're gonna cut you here. We'll cut you like this. Oh, whatever, just cut that off completely. Then we want to smooth that out. Nice. Sure, maybe do that shit. I didn't do like the jagged points before that. Oh, it's good. I could do it with a brush. It's fine. Okay, I'll just do something like that. Or what does that look like? Not like a complete insanity. Okay, I think that's good enough in terms of not making it look like complete insanity. Go. Go with that. We just have to look like some annoying ass smudge marks for a while I work on this. It's just less of a pain than me constantly turning it up and down. That's not the right angle. I mean, she's a little bit chrome to begin with, isn't she? Well, very close to approaching that kind of color. Let's not go like this, we'll go like this. Well, this just feels a little chrome. She's not actually chrome. Because remember, everything in the future is chrome. At least that's what they told me in SpongeBob. Let's go along here. Give me all the way to the tip here as well. It's gonna pop a little bit into here. You know, as a person who is now allowed to say that they're sufficiently old, the most relatable character in SpongeBob is Squidward. When everyone is unsatisfied with their life and generally hates everything that's happening around them. Okay, I think I need to not do this as though the hair is rooted from not under the hat. I need to do this as though... it is rooted from below the hat. Okay, sure, we'll just have that level of insanity for a little bit. Do I need to bring this past this bit over here? Oh, where's the crown going around this part of the head? I've angled the crown of light around her head at a bit of a weird angle, which is probably causing some issues here. So it can just go... At this point, I'm just doing everything with the airbrush. Honestly, it's like how I usually do coloring for the hair, so it's not really that different. Okay, then we turn out all that to like 4% and it'll look kind of about right. So actually, you can turn up more now. Sure. Okay. Now let's turn it back up again, and then we want to go into here. We want to about here. I'm gonna do this again. I actually should really be doing this pushing with a pen instead of a brush. It's just cleaner. This is just faster. I can just kind of whap at it with the brush until it feels kind of right. Okay, and then we go like 5. And it's very light, but it kind of works. Then we add all the other hair parts to it. It doesn't look like absolute insanity. Okay, that's a start. I need to do like at least a little bit onto the bottom here. Like how you can barely see what I'm doing here. Oh dear. And I still haven't fully decided where I need to hide some spots. What do I want to do here? I want to take... I just got that. Then... This is the bit where it should be much better if I could use a the color burns to multiply. I have not decided what I'm going to do in the background. I was thinking of adding more objects at first, but I might just throw in some random pattern into the back and just do a simple background. I mean, the original draft had them sitting inside a prison box, but I kind of completely scratched that at this point. I mean, technically I could have still had it if I didn't bother going through and actually... Well, if I drew on the front of a box before I drew on their butts, essentially. Let's go. Let's just see what happens if I just layer the color back on top of that. Don't you do something to the pink there? Do I put the pink underneath? How does I put the pink underneath? That's fine for the most part. Okay, then I need to go... I want to darken this, but I want to just leave it and just rely on the shadow instead. I could just rely on the shadow. I think I'm just going to rely on the shadow. Hmm. Hmm. Right, I'm just going to here, and you can see a little bit of the green poking through there. Let's get that out of there. Hmm. Okay, I'll go with that. Let me get into here. Give me the little gaps into here. Any other gaps I should know about? Oh, there's a little bit of green poking over here, but really see it. There's a bit of green poking through here as well. That's not in the right spot. And that's why I have the green screen green in the back, so they can actually see when the color hasn't filtered way through. Okay, what are we working with? How do I work with this? So overly white. Okay, let's pull this back towards the red. What can I do about this? I mean, her skin's so light, I have to... Can I even go like this? Why don't I do this? Nothing! Glorious. Why do I use a pin? Nothing! Glorious! Alright, butterfly. Actually, can I do this with a water brush? Well, that is a little aggressive. Okay, how about I use the airbrush? Brush that into the edges of the head there, turn it down a bit more. There's no red in here at all. Do we go more of a vibrant red here? Normally you want a bit more red because that's the color of blood below the skin, but it's not exactly a thing that exists here. Do we flush her cheeks? Let's flush her cheeks. Let's go blush. I actually don't know if there's a... Let me just have a look. Does the game itself include any further bits of expression, or is that purely something that has been slapped around by the fandom? What range of expressions do we actually have in game? Let's have a look at this. Alright, let's very slowly click through this. There's 1, 2. What is changing? 3, Oh, she's smiling. What's happening? What's between 1 and 2? The eyebrow moved a little bit. Glorious. That's obviously something we can see. How do I... Oh wait, I can't zoom this part of the thing more. That's stupid. Eyebrow moves a little bit. Eyebrow moves a little bit. She's frowning. Mouth open. Looking a little concerned. I like how all of her expression is entirely baked into her eye. Well, yes, into her eyes. Oh, there's a bit of a cheek flush here. Let's have a look at this. Well, that's one way to do it when you don't want it to be very aggressively expressed, is to put a very light layer and then use the lines to express the rest. Normal smiling. With mouth open. With the heart halo. Oh. Her halo turned to a bit of a jagged crown there. I'm sure a lot of people enjoy this one. For specific reasons. And there goes the wrist. Okay, so we want a light flush. And I'm sure one of those dark expressions was definitely not intended to strike into some people's hearts, but it definitely would have. Alright, okay, so we're gonna take a reddish kind of pink. We're gonna go straight over her face. We're gonna go like that. Then, to match it to her skin, we're gonna go and just turn it down a whole bunch, but it exists. You can kind of see there's a little bit of contrast there now. Then we're going to use some lines. In the same kind of color, and we're going to go ahead and I'm fussing way too much about how I'm doing that. And then we're going to turn that down a lot too. I need to blend this a bit more. Let's blur this in. And that is one way to express the blush without making it ugly dark. I still want to add more to her eyes, but you also kind of want to keep the slightly void feel of her eyes intact at the same time. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Okay, so I should have done something about the remainder of her skin color or skin shade before I did this part. Let's go into the red into about like here-ish. What do we want to do with this? That is... no matter how light her skin is, there's still going to be some degree of shadow. So let's try just sticking a little bit of that in there. It's like so light, you can barely see it even as I'm working on it. Oh dear. Do I use a different color for this or do I not? It's like the main question right now. Do I use a more vibrant color? I mean, that makes it more visible because the contrast is more crisply, but I also want to keep her skin very light. This isn't a direct shadow. The direct shadow is happening here. Okay, let's go skin shadow. Let's apply. Take a bluish color this time. Do I just do this through airbrush? That's already kind of H2 a round shape. You know, to turn this down a fair amount. Let's go greater. Is that too blue? It is too blue. Let's go purple. Let's go darker purple. How do I feel about that? More distinct color, which is technically significantly more important over here when I need the shadow to be over here and a little bit over here, a little bit over here, projected this way. And then I also need it to be... Alright, give me these pixels, please. Let's not have these bright ass pixels here. Probably just gone with a skin shade here rather than doing a full shadow. This gives her hands a little bit depth without adding any aggressive skin color to her very pale skin. Maybe I should use a solid color for some of these shadows. And that's mostly because I'm not particularly great with solid shadows. I prefer coloring with a brush instead of a pen. Looking at this again, I don't know if I should have like wrapped this part of her neck with just like fluff, because right now this is just connected to nothing, and you just have to presume that there's like something happening with a collar behind there. That's something I can fix right now. Do I need it on this side as well? Not really. I don't really need it on this side, in a way. If I was to fix that, what would I do? I would... take a line. We'll just bring it... just make it a little bit uneven so that it looks a little bit woolly. And then change out the color here to be just white. And then chop this line off. And then if we hide it that much, then we can assume that the rest of it on the other side is hidden behind her hands in the box. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, I'm actually going to take the blush color. We're going to add a little bit of the blush onto her joints. Just very lightly. Like the tips and the joints of her limbs. The blush color is so light that's not exactly visible, so onto there, and then just add like a little bit of tip here. Do I need to send out a shadow from Arona's legs onto Plana's arm? That shadow will be projected quite a bit, wouldn't it, if it was to do that? How much should I project? Should be like across the whole of her arm. That depends on how I'm angling the light, really. Angle the light a bit more vertically. Not quite straight up and down, but a little bit more. It is okay. Alright, what should I do next? Do I want to do anything with the pink part of her hair, though? I just want to leave it as a block color. I think I am going to go into here and very lightly with the same color, actually, just do a shadow along here that's being projected from the front part of her hair to the back part. We can kind of pretend that the light's actually getting through here, so it's not too big of an issue. kind of interesting. You can actually kind of see the shades of color put onto her hands during those super light. Well, that's kind of the intention. Alright, what do we want to do about the center hat? Should probably do something about the costume at this point. Alright, first, do I need to fluff this out a bit more? Or do I just fluff this out inside? I'm just gonna sit down, hold on. I always like cushion. Okay, I think we'll just fluff this up on the inside, so let's go... What do we call this? Center fluff. I'm sure you looked that up on Google. We'll say search off, it'll give you some very interesting results, but... we want to take a... No, we'll take the color of her eye here. And then we're going to... with the water brush, just start blotting in bits of pink into here. She need to do this like all of the bits part of the outfit, so let's just go into here as well as here and here. And here, 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 and here. Wasn't that the... Oh, I was using the water brush. Okay, didn't we turn it down by a whole lot? Oh, right, in this one. Okay, so that exists. It's kind of visible. I did that with the airbrush. With the water brush, so that's all even across all the different parts. So you kind of see what I'm doing. Just do something wild like that. And then now we have this very light kind of indent created. Maybe turn it up a little bit. Why is like specifically the free balls the most visible thing in the world? Actually no, it actually is quite visible. Let's turn this down. Then we want to layer this again. Actually, let's just duplicate this layer directly. We're going to go through here and actually remove parts of the duplicate layer so that some parts are deeper and some parts are not. So I kind of wave the brush over the top of the parts and not really think about how exactly I'm doing it. Just do it very randomly. So now you can kind of see that I've blotted out a whole bunch of parts. Well, a little bit here as well. And then we turn this down as well and have them layer on top. Then some bits will look a bit more jagged, essentially, than the others, which basically gives the fluff at least a little bit of layering. That's kind of the goal there. Very cheap way to very quickly do that. Let's turn it down a bit. Okay, then we want to add yet another round of, based on where light is coming from, we are saying that light is hitting right here into there. This is hitting like that, effectively. And then this is in shadow, this is in shadow. I should really zoom in for this, but I am being very lazy right now because I don't want this to be particularly visible in some ways, so I'm going to turn it down by a whole lot. So maybe I should have done this with a different color. Don't know why I want to do this part red. Actually, can I change that directly just using corrections? The problem is that I'm not very good at color correcting. I don't have a actual understanding of how it works. If I make it everything away from things that contain red, doesn't that just work if I just give it a whole bunch of blue, let's say? Oh, this kind of works. Maybe a little bit less on these ends, but if I just give it a whole bunch of blue, a bunch of purple. What does that do? Like if I take away all of the red, is this color balancing to one layer? Is it color balancing my whole? It's only color balancing this one layer, isn't it? Or is it color balancing everything that's selected? I think it's color balancing everything that's selected. Doesn't work. That's fine. We just have this bit be a bit red. Alright, we'll just go like that. Okay. So let's say that's what we're gonna do with a fluff. Oh boy, this is tying it into a giant folder. Let me just separate this so that I can actually work what I'm doing. And this is all Plana stuff, so let's just go Plana. Make this blank layer to separate all of this. Let's just say there's a separator for Arona stuff here. Okay. As long as I don't tell any of it to clip downwards, it should be okay. Okay, let's do something about the red portion now. And then it's just, still need to figure out what to do with the halo. Because the halo has some shiny bits to it as well to make it look a little bit crystallized, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Not really crystallized, was it? The when things are made up of triangles or hexagons. Let's see. Oh, the red crease, I guess we'll say. We want to just go. Can I just color burn this? This actually got a color to it. Glorious. How's that feel? I turned it down a whole bunch. The green's not gonna stay in the background, most likely. Which is why the prison box is a green color. I mean, it's also Christmas colors are usually like the Christmas green is what, like a like pine leaf kind of darker green usually, rather than the bright as green screen green at the back. Like the green screen green is literally just there for utility. It is there so that I can pick out where bits of the color wasn't filled. Let's go. I was very bitter that I had it up already and there's not too much of a gap in the middle of the whole illustration. Because if I turned it on when those things been gray for the majority of the time, actually, you know what? Here's a demonstration. Let's say I was very much zoomed up into the feet because everyone loves feet, and I was trying to work out if the color was all filled in. When I was working with the lines, the background was like this. So if you've been staring at this for the whole time, or maybe I darkened it a little bit to like get the contrast down, it might have been like this. And then suddenly it turns into this. And it's like flashbang. Green screen flashbang. That's what usually happens if I start coloring after I was doing line art. How pressed should Arona's legs be against the side of Plana here? Actually, before I do any more creases, let me just add an extra line here. Where's this? Plana, Plana, Plana. What part is this? Plana. Where's all my lines? Plana, Plana, lower body, right? Yeah, lower body. We're gonna just add a line here so that this looks a little bit more sensible. I think that's about where hips were. I think. Looks alright. Should it be like pressed? Like visibly pressed towards? But I just want a simple line that expresses that her legs are coming through here. And that there's a separate layer here. Maybe that's I need to separate the layer of the skirt and the body. So we just need an extra line there. Um... I don't know which creases here. I don't want the main part of the body to be relatively clean, tight to the body. I'll just use this for shadow as well, why not? Honestly, if I'm casting a shadow with this color, then that's just go like that. And just cast the shadow from Arona onto the shadow. Go down like this, and in here, because this is now completely pressed against Plana. That's too dark. That is not really. Okay, then we need the actual shape, which is where we need to take into account the roundness of each part without taking into account the lighting. So can I just go... It's probably faster if I don't like this. That's a very lazy way to do that. Just slam the color down and then remove it. So it looks about right. I want the darkness to be down there. I want the edges of this to be very bright, comparatively. I want to add a reflection to the Santa outfit. Sure. Alright, I'll see if I could just finish the whole Plana today. That would be, pretty good. Pace. Let's go into here. Let's just take this. There's not more class color burn these. Well, let's make these a little metallic. Let's go. Let's just make sure it's not against the edge here either. In we go. Do I have a metal? No? Okay, let's just see how hideous this looks when I put this in. Oh wait, no, that's a brush, isn't it? What is this? Is this material? It's a brush. Yeah, this is a brush. Didn't I have something that kind of could work here? I should really sort this. I got a whole bunch of screenshots at some point. I wanted to draw manga. Well, at least try drawing manga. I just still haven't gone around to it. Got rock. Paper. But most of the textures I got were for like clothing textures rather than metallics. Marbling. Not like that. Well, that kind of works. That makes it look significantly more metallic than everything else around it do. You have it like that. That works. The nature line there. I'll go with that. Let's not worry too much about these too much. Let's just go ahead and say that we need to go across them like this. Then we need to go down the middle and just chop a whole bunch of that shading out. Then we'll just go across this along the edge again, just lighten that on parts of it, just give it a little bit of refraction. How's that feel? Makes it look a little bit metallic. Sure. Then I should change the color of Arona's mission glove there. I didn't think too much about it, just like, well, a hoof is like kind of dark, right, and just went with that, but maybe we'll just go with brown instead. Alright, well, either way, legs. Okay, so first thing, we want the light to be hitting Hmm. 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 The general point for the light will just go. Take into account the roundness of her butt. The shadow being cast from one leg to the next. This foot is not going to be casting light. Do I need to do anything about the leaf here? The Santa costume casting a shadow here, roundness of the butt a little bit here. Let me turn that down a bit. Then we go like shape. Gonna go ahead and go like that. Not like that, but like that. We're gonna do it the very lazy way again, where we're just gonna go part by part and remove the color instead of coloring it in. Whoop. Probably should do the foot completely separately. Crease. Okay, so the main muscles here is yeah, very much as she. Let's see. I want to go. I need to express what I like. Do I just go like this again? We have muscle here, muscle here, soul. Zoom in a little bit. The shape of the toe shouldn't be overly... Where's the bit underneath? Oh, here, right? Lighten this part out a little bit, lighten this part out a little bit. Okay, then we go refraction. Just gonna take this color, lighten it a whole bunch. I'm going to very lightly go over the edge of the foot here and along the sole of the ankle there, along the big toe right there, along the top of the leg here, and along the top of the knee here, along the top of the foot here, and along the bottom of the calf here. Whoa, don't do that. Gonna turn that down a whole bunch. I mean, realistically, what I should be doing with parts of the her tights is to instead of using a very white color for just a very light version of the her tights, is the color with skin color, but then her skin color is basically white. Like, it's not really that different, is it? I need to do more on the leg here. I'm just going to leg shape. We're just going to increase a bit here along this part of the foot. Sure. Where is... What? The heck? I'm just gonna presume that's part of the leg. Oh wait, no, I've got another shading layer here. Okay. Let's actually do a proper shadow here. It's being cast by effectively her butt. Here's a spot. Hmm. Okay. Okay then, that is the time I have for today. Hello there, how you doing? So the only bits of Plana that aren't colored right now are effectively the prison box she's holding, which I haven't decided on what I'm going to do about it yet, or whether I need to add extra stuff to it, if there's a lines or not, and her halo. But then there's also the fact that Arona is mostly covered by Plana anyway, so I think I should be able to finagle the rest of this next time. Realistically speaking, I did spend a very long portion of time overly contemplating how to do Plana's hair, so that did suck up a bit of time today. I think the rest of it went decently smoothly. In the main bits, decide on what I want to do with a halo, considering that it's already basically out of screen, out of frame, out of sight. Literally how 90% of annoying things are goes. And then I think because Arona's halo is basically the same but blue, right? Yeah, on the dark bits, on the bits that don't see as much light, and then refract light aggressively while also expressing some unevenness with the triangles. And then I need to decide on what to do about those very awkwardly angled reindeer horns, because they currently look like they're supposed to be coming out the front of her head rather than the top because of the way of everything's angled. So I'm gonna do some coloring around that to make them point upwards. Alright, but anyways, thank you very much for watching today's session of coloring. Got a mostly colored, well, Plana herself is actually fully colored, so the colored Plana, and then everything else that needs to go around, and then I'll figure out what to do with the background and whether I want to change the effective hoof color of Arona's glove there. But either way, if you're interested in seeing more of this, sure to be subscribed or following, depending where you're watching from. Leave a like because it helps me out, and I'll see you all next time.